everyone. Today I wanted to do a video, sort of like a combination of things that I get asked about a lot, and I never really know how to talk about it / consolidate it into a video. I mean, it's just, I have so many opinions on, bullying and suicides and, feeling hate and feeling unwanted, feeling like nobody likes you in this world. I mean, I didn't really know how to go about it, and I still really don't, so this video might be kind of all over the place. But as with a lot of people, I mean, lately, the Amanda Todd, if you guys don't know her story, you can Google it or YouTube it. Amanda Todd was a teenage girl who suffered from really, really harsh bullying, and she made a video about it and how hard it was for her to, overcome bullying and how she dealt with suicidal thoughts. And unfortunately, this past week, she succeeded with one of her suicide attempts, which is really unfortunate. And watching the video and reading different stories about her is kind of chilling, and it kind of gave me goosebumps. And I think a lot of people got the same sort of chills go through them, because a lot of people deal with this, maybe not so severe, maybe more severe. And the truth is, I think all of us at some point in our life deal with bullying, whether it's mild or severe, and a lot of people don't know how to deal with it. I know people are like, Trisha, you get so much hate on your videos, like, how do you deal with it? And the truth is it doesn't faze me anymore. I've gotten to the point, thank the Lord, where it's actually kind of comical to me now when people kind of like bully me or hate on me or harass me. It's funny to me, but only because I've gone this far in my journey. I was bullied all through, starting at grade school, through middle school, through high school. I went to 4 different high schools because of bullying, because kids were so mean and cruel and vicious to me. Like, it got really bad. And so I dealt with it so much, and it's hard to get through, but I'm telling you, once you can get through it, pretty much once you're out of school, the other bullying you'll encounter, it'll just make you that much stronger, and you're just going to be like, thank you, Jesus, for getting me through this. And obviously Jesus helped me a lot with getting through my bullying, but these I think are some important things to remember / tips maybe on how to deal with hate, overcoming adversity and bullying and all that stuff like that, and just overall making you a stronger, better person. I am a victim of bullying. I would say cyberbullying, but it doesn't, like I said, it really doesn't affect me. Things can hurt, of course, when people say stuff, but it doesn't affect me like it used to. So I'm going to just briefly touch on my story, and then kind of get into Amanda's story, and then how you guys deal with it, and you can kind of take from it what you will. So basically, I've talked about this in numerous videos. I was never attractive in school. I was never in a clique. I had gone to the same school for the first 9 years of my education, so up until I was a freshman. And it got really bad my freshman year. Middle school was really tough for me. My mom and I were in the principal's office all the time, having to deal with girls, harassing me and making fun of me, especially because we had swimming as part of PE, and I know I would get made fun of a ton in PE class for, the way my body shape was in a swimsuit, to having pubic hair early in the locker room, and girls would be really nasty, and I couldn't even imagine dealing with that now with camera phones and stuff. I could imagine it could just be a ton times worse. But people were really nasty to me. And then freshman year, it got really, really bad. I just remember people throwing stuff in my hair, throwing stuff at me, gum in my hair. I mean, just it was torture. It was really bad. And my brother graduated early, and pretty much my brother was my only saving grace. He was a senior and I was a freshman, but when he graduated early and moved out, it just got that much worse for me. So what I did my second half of my freshman year is I moved out to LA or California with my dad, and because my dad lived out here, and I tried going to regular school there. And the thing is it was even harder to come out to California, and especially where my dad lives, it's very posh, very trendy. All the girls are very thin, and I was large. I was pretty much obese, and I didn't really take care of myself the way I do now. So the way I presented myself was definitely one that people would easily pick on. And so I lasted about a month at that high school. And then my dad, I talked with my dad and stuff and about how bad it was. It got pretty bad, pretty physical at times, and so I ended up getting homeschooled. And homeschooling worked out okay, but the thing with me is I'm so ADD, it's really hard for me to focus. So my mom's like, okay, let's put her back into public school. So I moved back with my mom. We moved to a different city, And this is actually the city where I ended up graduating, and it was bad, but it was better because I did lose weight. My mom helped me with my clothes, and I went to get my hair done. I was tanning, you know, all this stuff like that kind of started from there. So I guess I kind of turned the superficial route to kind of make myself feel better, which in turn did help. It did reduce the bullying, but then again, I was getting bullied for other things, like, you know, standing out too much, or, you know, I had dreams of going to LA and becoming an actor. I had just moved from LA with my dad, so I was very, you know, I knew I had a lot of cool pictures with like celebrities and stuff, so people were jealous. So there was always that hate then about me getting to go visit my dad on the, you know, spring break and just flying out to go to like the Jay Leno show whenever I wanted, you know, like, so I had that, but at the same time then I was getting backlash from being too different and too unique, which kind of made me who I am today, and I kind of flourished in that and I basked in it, so I kind of found myself then. So anyways, that was kind of like my high school thing. And by the way, when I was in high school, teachers were really terrible at, like, they kind of turn a blind eye to bullying, and I think now they're more aware of it just because of the severity of what bullying can do to people, especially face to face, because I'm telling you, cyberbullying is bad. And I'm sure now with Facebook, I didn't have Facebook, and MySpace wasn't even really a thing back when I was in high school, so like I wasn't getting it from there, but I could imagine it would be awful if you're in that thing. So for me, like, cyberbullying for me is I don't know those people, but if you know them, I could imagine it'd be hard. But like I said, bullying wasn't like a thing where people, like, they would turn a blind eye, like in gym class, you know, I got depantsed in gym class. I got, you know, I got kicked in gym class, like, on purpose, and like the gym teachers would, like I said, turn blind eyes to it. So it can be bad and it can be hard, and I think the main thing to know first and foremost is that there are people who help you and there are people who care. One of the big things with this Amanda Todd story, and I'll just touch on this briefly, I wrote it down. She was holding up the cards, and she said right before she got beaten up, the girl said, "Look around you, nobody likes you." And while that visual kind of gave me chills, like the fact that all these kids from the school were out there and she's like, "Look around, nobody likes you," that can be an intense picture to look at, an intense thing to grab, and getting all this hate all the time, I mean, and getting beat up, you can feel like nobody likes you. And truth be told, in my high schools, nobody liked me. I'm not kidding. I didn't have one friend. I had one good teacher at my last high school that, like, was the reason I stayed in school, because I was gonna quit school. I was, like, when I was 16, my mom was gonna give me permission to quit school, and I was so close to doing it. And if it wasn't for this, like, one teacher that I actually, like, loved, and, like, he just got me, like, I would have probably quit school. But while you may feel that nobody likes you, and it could be very well true in high school and middle school, like, people, they're cliquey and they will turn against you, and that is the truth of it for no reason. For maybe there is a reason, maybe there's not. For me, there was really no reason other than the fact that it was a small town and I was a little out there and a little bizarre, and I still am. And so it's kind of ironic that the same things I got hated for in high school, I still get hated for today in my adult life on the internet. But I embrace it, and I feel like everybody should, but it takes time to get there. So, like I said, maybe you feel like nobody likes you, but they will. One day they will. One day you will find great quality people in your life, and really amazing people. The people I've encountered in my life, for better or worse, in my adult life, have made my life interesting, have shaped me, have taught me things, and I feel loved. Like, I feel really loved in my life, with relationships, with friends, with family, with you guys. You do feel love, and eventually people will like you. And not everybody's gonna like you, but people will. So there was a time when literally nobody liked me. Nobody. And this was the second half of my freshman year. Not one person liked me. It was awful. It was terrible. I was one of those people who ate lunch in the bathrooms. We couldn't go to the library during lunch. It was weird. I think now you can go to the library, but I ate lunch in the bathroom because I just was, nobody would sit with me. And if I would go sit with somebody, they would literally leave the table. And it sucks. Like, that makes you feel absolutely terrible. So, okay, and again with the Amanda Todd thing, I just wanted to say this too. Hers started from a nude picture, and again, you guys can read this, her, you know, go and look up her story. It's very sad and tragic, but hers started with these nude pictures that someone, you know, kind of more or less peer pressured her into showing her breasts on camera, and he got this picture, and he sort of harassed her with this picture. And no matter where she went, this picture kind of followed her. Now, the first thing I want to say is, nude pictures are not the end of the world. Now, everybody will tell you don't take them if you don't want them ever to be seen or leaked, even if you feel you know, kind of pressured into it, or you feel cool or beautiful doing it. If you don't want that out there, just don't do it. It's very simple. But before I got into modeling and stuff, I had nude pictures that not in high school, because I definitely wasn't that confident in high school to take nude pictures of myself. But when I was like 18, there was nude pictures that went up of me on the internet when I was doing the Greg Barron show, and honestly it mortified me. Like, again, this was before like I had sex, this was before I went to modeling. It mortified me, and I felt so embarrassed and so bad about myself, and I felt like I'd be a disappointment to my family. But the thing is you're not, because your parents know better than anyone that everyone makes mistakes. That's just how it is. Everyone makes mistakes. Maybe, you know, maybe it's a big thing and a big deal to you at the moment, but eventually all things go away. All things pass. I mean, you look at people like Vanessa Hudgens or other celebrities who have done really bad F-ups, you know, but they eventually pass and people like them again, you know? I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but while something might feel like the end of the world, it's not, because everything in time passes, and in time will get better, and there are hard ups and downs in life, and life is really, really difficult. But the thing is there are people who do love you, who do care, and even if you don't feel like those people are in your lives now, they will come eventually. And I've never been suicidal. You know, I feel like life is just too wonderful, and I felt like I had so many great things to accomplish in my life that I never really thought of that as an option, you know. But I did know, because I would watch like Each Real Hollywood Story and all these celebrity stories. A lot of people who flourish and become successful later in life had to deal with a lot of hate and jealousy in high school. And the one story that stands out is Christina Aguilera, who, when they played her song at like a school dance, you know, she had just done Genie in a Bottle, they played it, and everyone cleared the dance floor because they didn't want anything to do with her. And it's because it's jealousy. I mean, look how much she's flourished, and it is. And I think sometimes kids can be just cruel for no reason. It's an unexplainable thing why people bully. It's really easy for people to bully when they're bored, when they're unsatisfied with their own life, when, you know, they're jealous that you have something they want. It's and like I said, I've come to the point now. I've been bullied since I was about, I would say, 10 years old. I remember my first incident. So 14 years in the making. I've come to the point now where bullying and hate is comical to me. While I can be sensitive about, well, I'm pretty much sensitive about people calling me a slut and people call me fat. Basically fat. Like, the weight thing will always get to me. Like, when people will attack me for my weight, it does hurt because I'm really sensitive to it. But everything else is just comical to me. And even that's comical. Like, I'll do a video on like makeup, or I'll just do a video showing you what I'm wearing, and people will just like make really harsh comments about my weight, or, you know, the way I look. And people calling me slutty and stuff is also very sensitive to me, because obviously I was a stripper, and it kind of does hurt and stings. But I don't know, I have to laugh it off, and just knowing that people have such pathetic lives that they have to pick on you and tease you and call you names, it's just, it's so, like I said, it's comical. It's just, to me. But I understand the severity of that when you are young and your whole world is a very condensed bubble. But there is a whole wide big world out there worth living for, and I feel like everybody is supposed to prosper, and I feel everybody is meant to have a wonderful and great life. And if you believe that, it'll happen for you. Like, honestly, I would never expect, when I was in high school, I wanted to be in LA entertaining people and having fans. I'm not gonna lie, that was like a goal of mine when I moved to LA. I wanted people to love me and know my name, and I'm living that dream, which is kind of awesome. And just having a positive mental attitude that you can do it, like, it's kind of amazing. Because I had no connections here in LA or anything, or even here on YouTube. I've had no connections, not really a whole lot of help from people promoting, nothing. I've kind of done it all myself because I've had a really great mental image and a great mental, I could see it, I could visualize it, and if you can see it, you can be it, right? I mean, and it's true. And honestly, like I said, I have Jesus. I love Jesus. Going to church has helped me a ton. And once you can, if you read a little bit about it and have faith in God and that there is something greater than all of us, it actually does open up your mind. Like, I don't live in stress or worry. I don't stress. I don't worry. It's kind of, I mean, Jesus is a miracle in that sense. So, So anyways, that's kind of just what I wanted to talk about. I think that's everything I wanted to say, but like I said, everyone deals with bullying. If you can overcome it, I guarantee you will be a stronger person, and I guarantee you will flourish above the people who are mean to you. I love Facebook for the simple fact that people who were so cruel and mean to me in high school are like begging to talk to me. It's hilarious. It's so funny. It's like, and guys especially, like I got picked on by boys and girls in my grade. Guys especially who would make fun of my roles in high school, or how much I looked like a man because I had a mustache, I had a hairy brow, all this stuff. I mean, it's just so funny now that they just all want to talk to me and just get a glimpse of me, and it's funny, and it kind of goes full circle. So I promise you, you'll flourish in life, and you gotta hang on, you gotta be strong, and just know that people love you. Know that I love you, because if you're watching this video, I've been in that position, and I tell you, if anyone writes me a letter ever about any of this stuff, I just immediately write back, because I feel them. I understand, and I do, and I know a lot of times people are like, nobody understands me. I do understand, and somebody will understand, and somebody will love you one day. And even at times where I felt nobody loved me, I loved myself enough to get up another day and just keep going for what I want in my life. And my life, I have to say, it's perfect. And even though it could be better, it could be worse, like where I'm at right now in life, I feel perfect, I feel peaceful, and I feel serene and content. And that is the goal of life. And honestly, the goal of my life is to get to eternal happiness with, God and all that stuff. So you gotta love yourself, and because that's at least one person who loves you, right? But I promise you things get better, and I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. And please, 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 if anything, just know how beautiful life is. Life is so beautiful, and just being on this earth, you are so blessed. And I know a lot of times you feel, why did God make me struggle through this? Why is God putting me through this? And some of the things can't be explained, and I feel like everything will be revealed later in life. And I know for me, God put me through a lot of that stuff because it pushed me. It made my drive that much stronger and that much harder to get to where I am now, which is having a beautiful, wonderful life, and getting to afford the things that I want in life, and getting to do the things I want to do in life. And I feel like if those people hadn't picked on me and been so mean, I don't feel like my drive would have been as strong as it is today, and it still is. And I'm just always in a constant. Life is a marathon, and you just gotta keep pushing through it all, and you will get some lemonade, during that marathon, and you'll be like, yes, I needed that lemonade, and you'll get some, sticks that'll try and trip you up, but you just gotta keep going, and life is really, really beautiful. So I'm gonna stop blabbing. I hope this helped you guys in some way deal with any sort of hate or bullying that you are going through. And talking to people help. My parents helped me so much through it, and they'll help you with options. But just keep that communication open with adults, and keep that communication open with yourself, and keep that communication open with God. Spirituality can help you tons, and that's just from personal experience. I love you guys so much. You guys, I call you my fishies, but if you're not one of my tushies fishies that normally watch my videos, if you just happen to stumble upon this video, I love you as well. And your life is beautiful. You are meant to do great things, and have a blessed day. And please, 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 please just hold on. Hold on if you feel like letting go. That is a lyric. But I love you guys so much, and stay blessed. Bye, guys.